goodness, folks. What I'm about to share with you today is absolutely mind-blowing. We've seen some spectacular royal fails over the years, but Meghan Markle's latest public humiliation might just take the crown as the most cringeworthy celebrity disaster of 2025. Now, I know you guys are excited for more fluff, but before we delve into further discussion, if you haven't subscribed, come on guys, what are you waiting for? Hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell ASAP. So now picture this scene. The glittering 2025 Caribbean Music Awards at Brooklyn's historic King's Theater. A night meant to celebrate the vibrant achievements of Caribbean artists and culture. Celebrities, musicians, producers all gathered for this prestigious event. And then, Meghan Markle shows up uninvited and gets publicly rejected at the entrance. That's right, my friends. The woman who once walked the red carpets of Buckingham Palace as a royal duchess was literally escorted out by security in full view of cameras, photographers, and shocked onlookers. I've been covering celebrity disasters for years, but this level of public humiliation is truly unprecedented. According to multiple eyewitnesses, Meghan pulled up to the King's Theater in grand style, flanked by aides and strategically placed photographers, because of course she brought her own paparazzi, clearly expecting the red carpet treatment. But the moment her team approached the check-in area, everything fell apart spectacularly. Security reviewed the guest list, and, surprise, surprise, Meghan's name was nowhere to be found. She wasn't invited. She wasn't expected. She wasn't welcome. And that's when this toe-curling situation escalated from awkward to absolutely mortifying. Witnesses report that Meghan refused to accept this reality. She allegedly raised her voice, demanding entry, and this is the part that really makes me cringe, repeatedly reminding staff that she was the Duchess of Sussex, as if her royal title should magically open doors in Brooklyn. Can you imagine the second-hand embarrassment? But security remained unmoved. No ticket, no entry, Duchess or not. And when Meghan continued to argue rather than gracefully retreating, additional staff had to intervene. The situation deteriorated to the point where she was physically escorted away from the entrance, while photographers captured every excruciating moment. Those images are now viral across social media, showing Meghan looking absolutely furious as security blocks her path. This wasn't some private embarrassment that could be hushed up. This was a public rejection broadcast to the entire world. For someone who has fought relentlessly to control her image, this was her worst nightmare come to life. You cannot spin footage of security blocking you at the door. You cannot erase the whispers and laughter of guests who witnessed your humiliation. You cannot rewrite the viral videos now circulating with hashtags like #BrooklynBoot, Duchess denied, and not on the list. Within hours, Meghan's PR team desperately tried to frame this disaster as a simple miscommunication, claiming she had received some vague, informal invitation. But that flimsy excuse collapsed immediately when organizers released a crystal-clear statement confirming Meghan was never on the official guest list. The public reaction has been absolutely savage. TikTok creators are having a field day, pairing footage of Meghan being stopped at the door with clips from her Oprah interview where she claimed she wanted a quiet life. The irony is just too delicious. Twitter users have dubbed her the Duchess of Gatecrash, with viral memes showing the King's Theater marquee replaced with the words, "Not you, Meghan." But perhaps the most damaging aspect of this entire fiasco is Prince Harry's conspicuous absence. While Meghan was busy humiliating herself in Brooklyn, Harry remained thousands of miles away in California. Sources close to the couple suggest Harry is increasingly reluctant to join Meghan on these headline-grabbing appearances, wary of yet another public disaster. To many observers, Harry's absence speaks volumes. Either he already knew Meghan wasn't actually invited, or worse, he simply didn't want to be associated with her gate-crashing stunt. For a couple that once styled themselves as inseparable, the image of Meghan alone arguing at the door signals growing cracks in their relationship. The backlash from the Caribbean community has been particularly brutal. Several artists and insiders have expressed outrage, saying Meghan tried to hijack an event that was never about her. This was about celebrating Caribbean culture. One insider reportedly said, not giving Meghan Markle another PR moment. For Meghan, This rejection is especially toxic because she has spent years trying to position herself as a global cultural figure and ally to diverse communities. Instead of being welcomed, she was seen as an entitled intruder trying to center herself at an event that wasn't about her. The message couldn't be clearer. This is not your space. What makes this situation truly catastrophic for Meghan's brand is the timing. This humiliating rejection comes as polls show her popularity plummeting to unprecedented lows. According to recent surveys, she's now among the least popular royals. Only Prince Andrew ranks lower in public estimation. That's right, Meghan is now just one step above the royal family's most disgraced member. This Brooklyn fiasco isn't just another embarrassing moment. It's a symbol of Meghan's collapsing credibility and relevance. Once upon a time, she could walk any red carpet, secure speaking slots at prestigious events, and command respect as a duchess. Now, she's literally being turned away at the door. Hollywood producers see it, potential donors see it, and the public definitely sees it. Meghan is no longer the glamorous royal-turned-humanitarian she's tried to portray. She's becoming the woman who gets escorted out of events where she wasn't even wanted. The contrast between her current reality and her former royal status couldn't be more stark. From walking ahead of Catherine at royal events to being blocked by security guards in Brooklyn, it's a spectacular fall from grace that no amount of PR spin can salvage. What's particularly fascinating about this incident is how it exposes the hollowness of celebrity without substance. Meghan left royal life claiming she wanted authenticity and freedom, but now desperately clings to her Duchess title as if it should grant her automatic entry to events. She rejected the responsibilities of royalty, but still expects the privileges. This incident raises serious questions about Meghan's future viability as a public figure. If she's being turned away from music award shows, what's next? Will speaking engagements dry up? Will Netflix reconsider their partnership? Will her American Riviera Orchard brand suffer as her public image deteriorates? Sources within the entertainment industry suggest this Brooklyn rejection wasn't a one-off incident. Apparently, Meghan has been finding more doors closed to her lately as her star power diminishes. Hollywood is a brutal place that values relevance above all else, and nothing screams irrelevant, quite like being publicly escorted out of an award show. The timing couldn't be worse for the Sussexes, who are reportedly struggling to maintain their luxury lifestyle without the consistent income streams they once anticipated. Their Spotify deal collapsed after delivering minimal content. Their Netflix contract reportedly hasn't been as lucrative as expected. And now Meghan can't even get into industry events that would help her network and secure new opportunities. Royal observers suggest this public humiliation might force a reevaluation of the Sussex strategy. For years, they've relied on their royal connection and scandal-generating interviews to maintain public interest. But that well appears to be running dry, leaving them in the precarious position of needing to actually produce something of value. The most ironic aspect of this entire situation is that an event Meghan wasn't even invited to has generated more publicity than anything she's intentionally created lately. Her American Riviera Orchard launch received modest coverage, but being ejected from the Caribbean Music Awards has made international headlines. Unfortunately for Meghan, it's exactly the kind of publicity no public figure wants. What happens next for Meghan remains to be seen. Can she bounce back from this humiliation, or has her brand officially collapsed into desperation and gatecrashing? The Brooklyn fiasco wasn't just a misstep. It was a statement from the entertainment world that her star has fallen dramatically. Meghan tried to force her way into a world that didn't want her, and that world pushed back, publicly and embarrassingly. This isn't just about one rejected entry at an awards show. It's about a woman whose entire post-royal identity has been built on celebrity status, now discovering that even that fragile foundation is crumbling beneath her. For Harry, this situation presents an impossible dilemma. His wife's public standing is deteriorating rapidly, yet his own options for returning to royal life grow more limited with each passing controversy. Polls show he's nearly as unpopular as Meghan in the UK, with the British public largely viewing his royal exit as a betrayal that can't be undone. As this saga continues to unfold, one thing becomes crystal clear. The carefully constructed Sussex brand is facing its greatest crisis yet. When you build your identity on exclusivity and prestige, being publicly ejected from an event is the ultimate repudiation. When your claim to fame is being special enough to marry a prince, being told you're not on the list is the ultimate leveler. Meghan Markle went to Brooklyn expecting royal treatment and left with public humiliation. She went seeking headlines about her glamorous appearance and instead became a viral meme about rejection. She went as the Duchess of Sussex and was reminded that in Brooklyn, that title means absolutely nothing. This is more than just an embarrassing moment. It's a potential turning point in the Sussex saga. A visible, undeniable sign that the world may have moved on while Meghan wasn't looking. The question now isn't whether she can spin this disaster, but whether this marks the beginning of the end for her already fragile public persona. Ta-ta, and bye for now.